Carlos, you lived that in your baseball career. What's his world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers. I'm talking to my sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me. I had him more as a day 3 kind of guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan Mayo, thanks. What about you, Jim Callis? Was this a head-scratcher or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, this whole debate, is he a hitter, is he a pitcher? What are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. This team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play him both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you could trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him where they did, somebody else was going to get them. And they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
A minor league manager checks in with one of his players to discuss a launch plan for the young man's development.
Rolling along with the podcast and back on the prospect who's divided the scouting community, I am opposed to this belief that he went too high. I really think he could be a steal here. This is a guy who's got so much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on The Show. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Pensacola Blue Wahoos and the Mississippi Braves. It's baseball, it's The Show, and it comes your way next. Kyle Muller gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, this guy's kind of unique. How about a 5?
Striding in is John Lane. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Braves, the third baseman, John Lane.
Now the pitch. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And he'll try to hold back on the pitch inside, but he pretty clearly broke the plane that time. It's strike 2. Stays alive, still 0-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Great changeup there in the dirt for the third strike. And the throw is there to record the first out. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And set to go as the third baseman, John Lane.
Still a big bagel in that hit column, and this is where the frustration can start setting in on a team if they're not careful. It's never a good feeling when you know the guy out there on the mound is completely shutting you down.
And it's 1-1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence, he's got great body language on the mound, he's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
2-1 the count. And he fouls this one off. 2-2. Is looked at for ball 3.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
Skied down the left field line. Conine is over toward the line a bit as he takes it for the first out. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll give way to the third baseman, John Lane. First pitch on its way. Fastball was too much for him there, swung right through it.
When I broke into the league, not many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called to strike anyway. 0-2 now. Oh, 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Conine arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first down. Into the box, John Lane. He flew out in his last debut.
The third baseman, John.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Line towards center field. And there's a base hit. So just like that, the leadoff man's aboard, representing the potential go-ahead run. And that right there was his first double-A base hit. I would imagine he's got to feel pretty good about that.
I'm sure he does, Matt. A lot of guys never get to double-A baseball. And even though this isn't the end goal for him, it's always nice to get on the stat sheet as you move up through the minors.
chance to walk it off. And now here is John Lane. The winning run stands at second base. Here's the first pitch.
You know, something to keep in mind, they're really burning through that bullpen, and this is only the first game of the series. Definitely could have an impact on the rest of the series, and maybe even the whole week ahead.
The 1-0 went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. One and two.
He's gone to the well with that pitch 3 times in a row. I'm interested to see if he changes it up right here.
Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And that's the first down. This evening's game comes to an end. 5-4, the final tally. Victor Martin claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plezak, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
No errors. They left a boatload of runners on base.
Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Pensacola Blue Wahoos and the Mississippi Braves. We've got baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Trey Riley gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
First pitch coming. Here it is. No balls and a strike to count. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Well, you take a look at our visiting club as they take the field tonight. They come into this one in good spirits, fresh off their first victory of the new campaign last time out.
Yeah, Matty, coming off last night's W, we had a chance to catch up with the manager. He just liked the way guys are playing. They're showing up to the yard ready to go. They're playing as a collective group. A lot of good things happening in this clubhouse.
To 2-2 now.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
I tried to backdoor him there, but it's a full count now, 3-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Count remains full.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
And that'll hop over the wall out there as he starts the home first with a ground rule double.
Hey, there's a hard hit ball that was going to be down for extra bases. The ball had some spring on it, and it bounced over the wall, and the ground rule double.
Next up, John Lane. He doubled his last time up.
And that's been their only hit so far in this one. They've been dealing with some really great pitching in this game.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Waves and misses for strike number 2. Riley gets his lead at first, nobody out. A line shot to third base. And it got there so quickly the runner didn't get very far from the bag. They settle with just the 1 out. At the plate now is John Lane. He leads off this half inning in what they hope will be a rebuttal to all those runs they just gave up.
Well, Matt, I think mentally they need to get 1 or 2 of these runs back right here. just getting on the board after getting socked in the mouth by the opposing team can lift the team up a bit. We'll see if they can string something together.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And it's 1-2.
1 and 2.
When the pitcher on the mound's established in this kind of heater, you got to come off everything else and find a way to get that bat head in the zone.
There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone. Goes the other way, and this is in the air out to left. Conine comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out. So now into the box is John Lane. Flew out last time up.
John Lane.
Now here's the first offering. 0-1 the count. Now the pitch. Hit out towards second. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. A 9-2 finish at the end of this contest. The Blue Wahoos used a nice fifth.